Hello, it's me, the ukulele teacher, and today I'm going to teach you how to make a backing track for the Ed Sheeran song Shape of You, using just your ukulele, your iPhone, and of course, your kazoo. Quick question for you, what song would you like to see me make next on my phone and ukulele? Let me know right now in the comments below. Also, while you're at it, why not go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you never miss a video. Now, GarageBand is a really powerful music production tool, even if it is just a free app on your phone, but lots of people don't know how to use it. So I'm going to teach you how to make this song on GarageBand in the hope that not only will it teach you how to make backing tracks for songs that you like, but also it'll help you use GarageBand as a tool to create your own music. So the first thing you're going to want to do before you even open the GarageBand app is go into the App Store and make sure you've downloaded or updated to the latest version of GarageBand. Then you can go into the GarageBand app itself and open up a new project by clicking on the top right hand corner with that plus sign. Now again, before we choose any musical instruments, we're going to go to the sound library, and the same thing again. Make sure that you've downloaded any recent sound packs that might have been added, because I'm going to be using a whole bunch of instruments and loops that are included for free in GarageBand, but if you haven't downloaded all the sound packs, then you might not see them. So now you've got the latest version, all the updates, and all of the sound packs. We're going to go ahead and click on a keyboard, and we'll choose Smart Piano. And the first thing I'm going to do here is just click on that little red line there and turn off the smart chords, and that'll give us our standard piano keyboard. Now the first thing we're going to do before we even start recording or playing any music is set the details for the song. We'll click on the settings wheel in the top right hand corner, and this is where we change the tempo and the key signature and all that other good stuff. Now the tempo by default will go to 110, but this song I think is 96, so I'm just going to knock it down to 96. And again, the time signature remains for 4 here, but the key signature changed from C major to C sharp minor. So we'll change that now. Now that might not seem like it does much right now, but we're going to be really grateful that we have it in the correct key signature when we start using those chord strips and smart instruments later on in the lesson. Now, like I said, we've got this regular piano keyboard here. And basically all we have to do right now is just record that little bar of music. Let's see how we get on. I recorded it through 4 times there, but I don't think all 4 of those takes were great. What I'm going to do is, to make my playing a little bit tighter, you can go into the track settings up here and choose quantisation. And that just knocks the notes, you'll see when I press it, it knocks the notes a little bit closer to the beat. Now I want this nice and tight. I'm going to click on straight 1/16 notes, and you'll hear when you listen back, it just tidies up my timing a little bit. There we go. When I was listening to it there, I heard that the third take I think was the best. I can just delete bars 1 to 5. I want to keep bars 5 and 6. And so I'm going to scroll and wipe through bars 7 and 8 as well. Now I've just got my one perfect take. And I'm going to slide that back to the start of bar 1. And I don't have to play it through ever again. All I have to do, in fact, is just tap on that and I can press loop. And now, instead of 1 perfect take and 3 good takes, I've got 4 perfect takes. Let me duplicate this track. And I'm going to record the bass line. The chords for this song, which you might remember from my ukulele tutorial a few years ago, are C sharp minor, F sharp minor, A, and B. And that also makes quite a good bass line. Dum 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 dum. So you see these 2 arrows at the top left of the piano keyboard? They knock it up or down various octaves. So at the moment it's on, but if I just press down 1, it makes it a bit lower. And I can press it down again, which I think is too low. So I just knocked it down 1 octave, and I'm going to play that bass line. 1, 2, 3, 4. And And the good thing is when I duplicated the tracks, the quantization and any other settings that I might have set up already copy over into the second track as well. Now, I was listening as I was doing that and I thought take 2 was the best. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe through bars 1 and 2. And then I'm also going to go ahead and wipe through bars 5 to 8 and get rid of them. And then I'm going to drag this over to bar 1. And again, click on it and press loop. And now I've got my 2 main piano pieces. So now we've got those 2 main parts, the synth melody, or the right-hand part, and the bass line. That's pretty much all of the tricky piano playing we're going to be doing, believe it or not. So what we need to do now is just duplicate both of these tracks 3 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tracks all together. So now we've got 6 tracks and the 2 parts, the top part and the bass part. And I'm going to copy the right hand, the synth melody, into this one here. And into this track here. And I'm going to copy the bass track into copy this one here. And track number 6. So now we need to start finding some cool voices. So let's go into track 1, we'll just solo that, and we'll go into that piano. We're going to change the instrument from grand piano to, we're going to click on Alchemy Synth, Mallets, and we'll change that to Chimera Hammer. And we'll do the same for track 2. Go into the instrument, click on grand piano, Alchemy Synth, Mallets, Chimera Hammer. And now you can hear both those tracks together. It's sounding pretty good. Let's go back into our main project. Choose the next 2 grand piano tracks. We'll change the instrument again. From grand piano, again back into mallets, and this time hammered wood. We'll do it for both of those tracks. Again, up here, Alchemy Synth, Mallets, and Hammered Wood. So that just leaves us with these 2 bottom tracks to change. We'll solo this one first, and we'll change it from grand piano and we're going to go down to other and change that to mini marimba. And again, we'll do that with the bass one as well. Grand piano, go down to other, mini marimba, and all of a sudden, if we go back into our song, and we can hear all of them at the same time, it's starting to sound a little bit more like Ed Sheeran. Now we can just adjust those levels, but I'm going to mix everything up at the end. But right now, we're getting a little somewhere. Hey, if you'd like a PDF song sheet to help you put together the whole song of Shape of You by Ed Sheeran, then sign up today to patreon.com/uketeacher. By signing up to my Patreon page, you'll get a song sheet with every single video or lesson that I post. You get all kinds of cool perks, goodies, and rewards as well, including bonus material, early access to lessons, and lots of other cool stuff. And it helps me to carry on making my podcast, doing these videos, and making the song sheets for you. So check it out today, patreon.com/uketeacher. That 1 or 2 bars of piano music that we played at the beginning is more or less all of the actual musical skill that we need to record this whole song. But sometimes you can hear in one of the keyboard voices, and that's just 2 notes changed to give it a little bit of harmony. So again, all I need to do here is click on this green line of music and tap Edit. And that shows me the individual notes which I want to change. And it's these 2 notes here. So I just drag this to the note that I want it to be. And all of a sudden I've got and that actually changes it in all 4 of the takes as well. So now if I play all 6 pieces together, And there we have the basis for the song. Now, as I mentioned in my ukulele tutorial, the 4 chords C sharp minor, F sharp minor, A and B never change all the way through the song, which makes it really easy to make this song on GarageBand. But we are going to want some different sections. We've got an intro, a verse, probably a pre-chorus and a chorus. So let's go to the little plus sign at the top right and we can add some sections. We'll do that to start with by just duplicating section A, let's say 3 times. So we've got A, B, C and D. Now the intro is actually only 4 bars long. So we can change section A to 4 bars. And for the time being, we'll keep B, C and D at 8, although we might change them later on. So section A, the intro, we have basically just finished. It just literally goes like this. Let's drag our thing over to section B. It's a little bit longer. And this is where the drums kick in. Now, there's loads of different ways to do drums on GarageBand. So there's a beat sequencer, you can do it like that, where you can tap out the drum beats here, like a beat maker. There is a drum kit, where you can just tap out your drums like it was a drum set. But that's pretty hard to do, particularly when you're playing for a whole song, so we're not going to do it like that. And there is smart drums as well, where you can sort of your own beat using random things like this. But again, quite hard to get something precise with that, so we're not going to use that either. And in fact, we're going to use one of GarageBand's what I call secret weapons. And in fact, we're going to use one of their many thousands of loops in their loop library. Now, again, there are something like, I don't know, is it 30,000 odd loops in here? So I'm just going to tell you the ones that I think are good. We are going to go to drums and we are going to choose Latin pop drums 02 and 04. And we can just easily drag that down to a brand new track here. And to make those drums sound a little bit thicker, let's add Latin Pop Drums 04 as well to its own track underneath. And in fact, what we're going to do now is if we go over to section C, which will be our chorus, all we do, like I said, the chords are the same, the keyboard line is the same, so all we need to do is just find a new drum pattern. And in fact, that is another loop that I like there, called Level Up Drums 02. To fill that out a bit, we'll add another loop of Latin Drums 01. Section 1 is just the keyboards on their own. Section 2, we've got these 2 drum parts, and then our chorus in section 3. All that we do is change the drums. And it gives it a whole new feel, even though it's just the same 4 chords all the way through. Just to let you guys know, I have recently launched my own podcast. It's called Ukulele Tales, and it comes out every single Wednesday. It's just me in conversation, in person, up close and personal, with another ukulele star each and every week. Already I've spoken to Jake Shimabukuro, James Hill, Bernadette Teaches Music, Tyler from 10 Thumbs Pro, Bagiti Kamalu, that's Paul Simon's bass guitar player, Brittany Piver and many, many others, and there's a brand new episode each and every Wednesday. So subscribe now to Ukulele Tales, available wherever you get your podcasts. So now we've got our backing track, there's just a few nice little bits and pieces we can add to it. The first thing I'm going to do, in fact, is add my kazoo. There's an audio recorder, and you can, in fact, plug in external microphones, and I would certainly recommend that you use headphones if you can. And I am just going to record this kazoo piece here. Okay, now that actually sounds a little bit messy, but what I'm going to do is duplicate that, and I'm going to record another one. I'm just going to do that doubling up trick again and give it a fuller sound. 1, 2. The only thing we need to add now is our vocals, and I won't subject you to mine, and our ukulele part. So I've got my headies plugged in, I've got my microphone selected, and I've got my ukulele right here. It's just those 4 chords: C sharp minor, F sharp minor, A, and B all the way through. So let's go ahead and hit record. So this is just using the built-in microphone, so it's not super clean, but it actually doesn't sound too bad. Let me just put these headies back on. And in fact, there are still ways of cleaning this up. It's all about going back into that track settings. Let's solo that ukulele track here and have a listen to it. It actually doesn't sound too bad. But what I'm going to do is add a little bit of reverb and a tiny bit of echo as well. And I'm going to turn down the bass a little bit and turn up the treble. And I'm going to do the same thing actually for the kazoos. I'm going to add a little bit of echo and reverb. Yeah, that just makes them sound a little bit fuller. And I'm going to have a little play with these instruments here. I'm going to give just each one just a little bit of reverb and a tiny smidgen of echo, and we can get it to sound pretty good. Hey, by the way, if you guys are loving this beautiful ukulele that I'm using, it was given to me by my good friends at Kala. If you would like a 10% discount on anything on the Kala website, then just click on the special link in the video description below. And just because you click on that link and you watch my videos, you will get 10% off anything on their website. So we've basically just played 2 bars of music on the piano keyboard, and we've played a few notes on a kazoo and strummed 4 chords on a ukulele. We've somehow made this. And as I was saying earlier on about smart instruments, there's even more things that you can add and that will take just seconds and will give your music so much more depth. So for example, let's add another track here, and we're going to add another bass part. We're going to go to Smart Bass, and I'm going to pick P bass as the bass instrument that I'm going to use. Where's that? Up here. Now there are auto settings you can play. So if you choose 1, 2, 3 or 4, it'll give you its own patterns. Now I'm just going to stick with autoplay 1 for this one. So with these smart chords on autoplay 1, we can add a nice quick bass line. And again, all we have to do is loop that little guy all the way through, and we've got a bit of extra bass. And you might not be able to hear it if you're watching on your phone, but if you're listening through headphones, you'll really hear the difference that makes. And you can even do the same with an acoustic guitar, for example. There's smart guitars, and again, because we set that key earlier on in the song setting as C sharp minor, the chords that it picks are suitable for that particular key. So I'm going to go ahead and add a few bars of that as well. And again, you just have to play it through once, and I've got 4 nice bars of music. Again, just loop it back so you've got exactly 4 bars, and then click on the loop there, and we've just added a bass and a guitar like this. And you can just let that fall into the mix, and you've got a bit of guitar there you can hear and a bit of extra bass. So I would recommend that you have a good play with GarageBand and see all of the cool things that it has to offer, because there are so many tools in just the free app, and there's so many little extra bits and pieces and touches that a lot of people just don't know about. Have a play, try and do exactly what I did, make your own backing track, maybe even add some vocals to it, and then start making your own music. Let me know if you'd like more GarageBand style tutorials, because I really love fiddling around with GarageBand and I'd love to show you guys some more of it. Even if you don't want to do it, I hope this has given you some ideas of how you can use GarageBand in your own music, or create backing tracks, even just to jam along with. I've been the ukulele teacher. Until next time, I love you all and I wish you the best.